The first Somali American elected to Congress, squad member Ilhan Omar, getting a not-so-warm welcome at a Somali music festival in her home state.
Cicely Davis is the GOP-endorsed candidate running in Minnesota to defeat Ilhan Omar in November. Cicely, thank you for taking time. Those boos lasting about a minute or more, according to the video there. What do you think sparked the outrage?
You know, her policies are very unpopular to those in her own community. I am, for one, not shocked that they booed her. Very unpopular amongst those. And the people of Somalia and Minneapolis, you know what? They've decided that they are no longer going to operate as a monolith. They recognize that she does not represent them, and they are ready for change. They are looking for a champion who actually represents their conservative values here in Congressional District 5.
Cicely, you're running against her to get her out, try and get her out of office. What are you going to be running on to get people to go to the polls and vote for you?
Well, you know, the Somalis here in Minneapolis, like I said, have decided to not run as a monolith. And I knew as the Republican candidate endorsed with 75% of the vote that when I entered this race almost a year ago, I needed to leave no stones unturned. I needed to form those coalitions in order to win this race. We are running on public safety. We are fighting crime. We're working on bringing the issues to the people and getting them to understand that we're focused on kitchen table issues. It's gas, it's gas prices, it's groceries, it's formulas for babies. Those are the things, and we're running on education. The families here in Minneapolis and businesses are hurting, and Ilhan Omar is a wrecking ball to those who actually want to thrive and survive in this district. They want a champion, and I'm standing up to hold her to account.
Can you beat her, Cicely? She's heavily favored. She's a member of the squad. I'm sure she has very little trouble fundraising, but yet last week, some suggest those boos may have been due to comments she made at a town hall where she said she's experienced more violence in her adopted home state of Minnesota than in 6 years she spent in a Kenyan refugee camp.
More violent than Somali refugee camp that she fled as a kid. How insulting do you think that sounds to the people of her community who fled and know exactly where they came from? She led the charge also. Let us not memory hold that. She led the charge to defund the police, which thankfully failed in November on the ballot. She is actively working to make us all less safe. You know, you asked a question, how can I win? This district has typically voted blue for quite some time. But I can tell you this, the awakening is happening amongst those coalitions that I have worked hard to build, knowing that I needed to build those coalitions in order to win this race. And I'm telling you, those communities and those people are deciding that now is time for a change if they can just find a candidate who's willing to champion something that brings people together. We are going to dissolve the divide in this district, unify the people, and have someone actually represent the issues that matter to the people of Congressional District 5 in D.C. That is what I'm doing for the people. It's what I'm hearing, and I'm honored to represent them.
Let's get to this. Former New York Governor David Paterson has some harsh words for Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. Listen to this.
AOC are just 3 letters in the alphabet. There's no evidence that it had any coattails, not in this 2022 primary, but not even in the 2020 elections. I think she is really a phantom of the media.
Cicely, is the squad overrated?
The squad is overrated. You know what? Marxist socialist policies are overrated. I'll tell you what is good about this district and what's good about the American people. The American majority has decided that they want common sense, and they are holding anyone account, anyone who is anti-American, anyone who doesn't stand for the policies that uplift businesses, uplift families, and doesn't hurt pocketbooks. We are suffering. America is chafing under the Biden administration's inflation policies. And Ilhan Omar, who happens to be one of the largest spenders in Congress, proposing that we spend another $1.75 trillion to erase college debt. I mean, imagine the impact on policy with regard to finances here. That hurts families, that hurts businesses. absolutely overrated. It is time for conscious leaders who understand what the people want, willing to give it to them, really, truly willing to go to Washington, D.C. and represent them. Take any issue on the level. Ilhan Omar and the squad are on the wrong side of it. That ends with this this candidacy. I'm proud to be the endorsed candidate, and I will represent the people. Watch for November. I'm telling you that change is here. That change will come.
Okay. Cicely Davis, thanks for getting up early with us this morning. We appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you.